I've shared my screen already. So today we're talking about ecology, the basic ecological concepts. Now, talking about ecology, ecology is a word that is coined from two Greek words, ecos and logos. Ecos means environment, while logos means study. So for this reason, ecology means the study of environment. The study of environment. That is the literal meaning of ecology. So when we say environment, what makes up the environment, which is the plant and animal? So for this reason, ecology is the study of plants and animal in relation to the environment. So the plant and animal in relation to the environment. That's the meaning of ecology. And what are the branches of ecology, which are two? We have the horticology and the synecology. So the ecology is the study of individual single species of organism in relation to their environment. The study of a single species in relation to its environment. For example, the study of a student in a class is under horticology. The study of a plant, just a specific plant in a farm, so it's horticology. Now, what is synecology? On the other side, synecology is the study of different organisms in relation to the environment. Let's say the study of fish, crabs, seaweeds in a pond, or the study of an entire school environment involving both the plants, animals, and everything, or the study of a community. The study of a community, including the organisms in the community, animals, plants, mammals in the community. So this is what synecology means. Now, this now brings us to terminologies under ecology. This brings us to terminologies under ecology. The first one I'm talking about is environment. Environment are those factors that affect both living and non-living things in the environment. Those factors that affect living and non-living things, be it external factor or internal factor. Living or non-living factors that affect organisms is what is referred to as environment. When we look at every organism are being affected by one thing or the other. So those things that affect an organism is referred to as environment. Those things that affect organism is referred to as environment. And the other concept we will explain is biosphere. Biosphere. Bio means life, sphere means earth. So when we say biosphere, we mean life on earth. So biosphere is defined as the zone of earth occupied by living organisms. The zone of earth occupied by living organisms. That's the meaning of biosphere. Now, biosphere can also be known as ecosphere. So biosphere is categorized into three major categories or three major portions. We have the lithosphere, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. These are the three major portions of biosphere. The atmosphere is the zone of Earth or the portion of Earth that contains gaseous substances. The portion of Earth that contains gaseous substances is referred to as atmosphere. Now, this consists of gases like nitrogen is 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide is 0.03%. I also have the noble gases in 0.77%. The hydrosphere, hydro, we should understand that hydro means life. Sorry, hydro means water. Hydro means water, while sphere means earth. So hydrosphere is the zone or portion of earth that contains water. So it is said that the earth and water covers 70% of the earth's crust. So hydrosphere includes lakes, pools, oceans, ponds, etc. But the third part of the biosphere is the lithosphere. And the lithosphere comprises of the solid portion of earth, the solid portion of the earth's crust, which are the rocks, the minerals, the mountains, the Himalayas, etc. Now, let's talk about habitats. Habitat is the place where an organism dwells or lives. The place where an organism dwells or lives is referred to as habitat. The habitat is categorized into three. We have the aquatic habitat, terrestrial habitat, and arboreal habitat. The aquatic habitat refers to plant and animal. So where plant and animal lives in water is referred to as aquatic habitat. Where plant and animal lives in water is referred to as aquatic habitat. The example of such are sea, oceans, lagoons, streams. Now, the terrestrial habitat refers to where organisms live on land. Example are forest, grassland, desert, etc. But the arboreal habitat includes the tree trunks, where organisms live on tree. Example of such are the tree trunks and like that. Organisms that live on arboreal are snakes, monkeys, etc. Now this brings us to ecological niche. You know this saying that you should carve a niche for yourself. Your niche is that your personal or particular place. That's what niche means. Now here, ecological niche refers to the specific portion of your habitat, which is occupied by a particular species or organisms. That's what ecological niche refers to. Now, every organism have its own ecological niche. Now, let's say, for example, termites, termites are terrestrial animals. So the habitat of termites is terrestrial. They live on land. Termites don't live on water, they live on land. But the ecological niche of termites, where exactly does termites live on land, is a termitarium. Is what? A termitarium. So this is what ecological niche means. Now, population. Population refers to the total number of organisms of the same species living together in a habitat. E.g., population of cockroaches living in your house, population of dogs in a specific community, population of students in a specific school. So that's population for you. So population deals with the total number of organisms of the same species. It has to be the same species in a community or habitat. Now, what is community? Community is made up of all populations of living organisms that exist together in habitats. So a community is larger than a population. Population must be total organism of similar species. But community, organism of different species living together in a habitat. E.g., community of decomposers, community of insects, pets, etc. Now, ecosystem. The ecosystem refers to the basic functional units of life. The basic functional units of life that consists of living things and non-living factors. So ecosystem can also be defined as the interactions of living things with non-living things, or interactions of living things with physical environment. This is what ecosystem means. Now we move to biomes. Biomes is the large natural terrestrial ecosystem. The large natural terrestrial ecosystem characterized by vegetation. This is what biomes means. The large natural ecosystem characterized by vegetation. So that is all the aforementioned terms are under ecological concepts, or there are terminologies used under ecological concepts. Now, is there a question? Now we move to components of ecosystem. There are two main components of the ecosystem. We have the abiotic component and the biotic components. Abiotic components and biotic components. The abiotic components are the non-living components of the environment. Now, under the abiotic components, we have the carbohydrates, we have the light, we have salt type, salt texture. All of these are the abiotic components. Now let's move to the biotic components. Now if you look at this diagram here illustrates both biotic and abiotic components. Biotic components are life in an ecosystem. Abiotic components are non-living things in an ecosystem. If you look at this diagram here, biotic components, you have bacteria, fungi, animals, protists, etc. Abiotic components, we have the air, the light, water, minerals, etc. Now, biotic components. As I've said before, biotic components are the living things in the ecosystem. The living things in the ecosystem are the biotic components. These include the producer, consumer, and the decomposers. So when we say producer in biology, we refer to organisms that can manufacture their own food. The autotrophs. The autotrophs. These are plants. Any organism that can manufacture its own food falls under the producer. They are mainly plants. We also have the consumers also. These are the heterotrophs. The consumers are the heterotrophs. So me and you, we fall under heterotrophs because we depend directly or indirectly on plants for food. So we are consumer. You are consumer, and also a consumer. So example are non-green plants, animals, protozoa, and some bacteria. We also have decomposers. These are the sabrophytes. Sabrophyte feeds on dead animals and they release nutrient soil. Example of sabrophytes are the fungi, the bacteria, etc. Now, what is that interaction that exists between biotic organisms and abiotic organisms? Is that the plants which are biotic, they need abiotic to sustain. The plants are biotic and they need abiotic to sustain their life. Now, plants need sunlight to produce food. Animals need plants to have food. Plant gives out oxygen. Animals takes the oxygen from plants and give us carbon dioxide. A plant takes the carbon dioxide to respire. So this is the interactions of organisms with the ecosystem. So we come to the end of today's class. Any question? Any question? Since there is no question, we call it a day.